Good afternoon. Shall we start now?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all. On behalf of IoT Academy, I welcome you all to the third session of National Level Faculty Development Program on NAAC Assessment and Accreditation RAF. Let me introduce the resource person of today's session, Dr. Anuradha Jain. Currently, Professor Jain is the Principal Dean at Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, Delhi, an alumnus of IIM Kolkata and a scholar from University of Mumbai. She has been dedicated to the teaching community for over 21 years. She is a NAAC assessor and has visited many colleges as NAAC peer team member. Professor Jain has published many books and research articles to her credit in areas of business, economics, and environment. Dr. Jain was selected as one of the 100 eminent academicians of 2021 by International Institute of Organized Research for her remarkable contribution in the field of academics. She was conferred Best Teacher Award for her service. She received the Best Paper Award at the International Conference on Development of Economies Through Innovation and Sustainable Growth Vision 2020. She has been the resource person for numerous webinars, FDPs, and seminars at various national institutes and universities. Recently, she was invited as a conference chairperson and keynote speaker at Oxford, London. She is also the advisory member of International Association of Research and Development Organization. With this, I hand over the session to Dr. Anuradha Jain. Ma'am, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And I'm very much thankful to IoT Academic for giving me this opportunity to be the part of this FDP. And I welcome all the participants here. And all the participants, I know they are all the faculty members, teachers. And basically this criterion 3, which we are going to discuss today, is related to research, innovation, extension activities, and the major contribution here is of faculty members. And why NAAC has given so much of weightage to research, innovation, extension activities, because unless and until we do research, okay, we are not in a position to teach well. Well, in the sense, I'm not saying that good researcher is a good teacher, but yes, good research teacher needs to do research. Okay, because you can deliver the best only when you have a habit of doing research and you are well acquainted with the topic, about the background of the area which you are teaching, and the overall knowledge about the concept. Okay, so in this session, we are going to discuss about this criterion 3, and criterion 3, the total weightage is of 110 points. Okay, and in this, there are total 9 metrics, 5 key indicators are there. And out of this 9 metrics, 3 are qualitative and 6 are quantitative. It means that the majority of this portion of this criteria is quantitative, and 80 marks quantitative items are there, 6 metrics are there. And quantitative means that you have to give lot of documentation. Okay, lot of work has to be done, every proof you have to give, because quantitative means, as I discussed on my first lecture also, that quantitative metrics are assessed by the third party evaluation. Okay, so that will come under the DVB process. You don't know like who are evaluating, and they also don't know like for whom they are evaluating. So therefore, unless and until you provide each and every document, every proof, they will not be able to assess properly, and they will not be able to give you marks there. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful, and documentation are to be presented well, so that they can just see like, yes, whatever you are writing is there. Okay, so out of the 7 metrics, 1,000 points, as you know, this metric, okay, weightage is of 80 points, and there are 5 key indicators. Now, what are these 5 key indicators that we are going to discuss one by one in detail? Like, first talks about resource mobilization for research. Okay, that means from where the resource comes, how faculty members are given the funds, okay, for doing research, for mobilizing this research. Then next key indicator talks about innovation key system. Third is about research, publication, and awards. Then extension activities and collaboration. And again, I'll tell you that I am talking about the affiliated and constituent college here. I'm not talking about the university, Okay, so because in 1 hour time it is not possible to cover both the aspects, so therefore I'm focusing more on the affiliated college. Now, first key metric, okay, is key indicator is about resource mobilization and research. Okay, so in this, the first metric is quantitative metric, that is grants received from government and non-government agencies for research projects endowment in the institution during the last 5 years. Okay, so this metric is of 10 marks. So in this, what we have to give is like from government or NGO, okay, from wherever we are getting research. So year wise, this is the format. Year wise, you have to give that how many of the faculty members have received the grants from government or non-government agencies. And whenever they receive these grants, it should be on the name of the institution, on the name of the college. And for this, we have to provide all the details, all the documentation. And the documentation that require is the letter of approval of the grant, okay, that has been given to any particular faculty, and the association of that faculty should be with that college. Another is that transfer of the money which has taken place, okay, in the account of the college or in the account of the faculty member. So you need to provide those transactions details also, and those certificates or the copies of the balance sheet also of the institution, to just prove that yes, that money has been transferred. Then if the project is completed, then you also have to provide the completion certificate of the project, okay, or for any endowment in the institution that has taken place in terms of research. So e-copies of all the grants, completion of the project, okay, then also the proof of the amount transferred, everything has to be produced as a supporting document. So if you are not giving sufficient document, then also you will not be given that points here. And total points in this is allotted, that is 10, and it's a quantitative metric. Okay, so most of the colleges we have seen, like government institutions, yes, they receive the grants, and faculty gets the grants, and wherever there is 12B, okay, they get the government grants like from UGC, ICSSR, or other government organizations. But those who are private institutions and those who are affiliated to the colleges which they do not have 12B, then they have to depend upon other NGOs or other private agencies for funding their research. Okay, so therefore, all this we have to produce, whether it is from the NGO or from the government or any other, organization who have funded that research. So total marks as allocated for that is 10. Now, next is the key indicator is innovation ecosystem. Now, innovation ecosystem, okay, in this it is a qualitative metric, and the total points that are assigned is 10. And that says that institution has created an ecosystem for innovation and has initiatives for creation and transfer of knowledge. Okay, so in this case, you first of all, you have to give the write-up in 500 words, like how innovative ecosystem has been created in the institution, and what are the different initiatives that are taken by the institution to create this innovative ecosystem, and how you transfer knowledge, okay, to the students, to the society, and to the public. Okay, so all this will come here. And in this, like suppose if you have made any center of excellence, okay, so you can mention like how many centers of excellence you have created, what is the outcome of those center of excellence, what innovative activities are undertaken by students, by faculty. Okay, then you can also include here patents that are filed or that are published or that are granted. You can mention here. Then you can talk about incubation center facilities, because when there is innovation, then that institution should also motivate students to start their own startup, to start their own business, and for that incubation center always helps, okay, because that helps in mentoring the students and also help them in the financing facilities. Okay, so therefore, in this case, you have to give lot of documents and to prove that yes, you have created innovative ecosystem in your institution. Okay, so all assignments which are done by the students, any innovative projects if done by the students, like that wherever there is a computer science related programs, then students are very active, they are very creative, okay, in like producing or in developing apps or some models they must have prepared. So all this they can showcase, that institution can showcase, showing that yes, their students are indulged in innovative activities. Okay, so this 10 marks include everything, your write up as well as the supporting document. But this, since it is a qualitative metric, so therefore this will not be assessed online, but that will be assessed by peer team members when they will visit the institution. So there also you can showcase the activities that are done by the students, by the teachers, okay, and what are the center of excellence that you have created. Center of excellence can be of different types, okay, not necessary that it is all related to IT or computer science, but other innovative activities also, like other departments must be doing. So therefore, all together you have to showcase, okay, in terms of like what is their achievement, what are the initiatives, what is the outcome, what is the learning outcome, how it has helped the society, how it has helped the students in getting employment or starting their own startup. So everything should go in detail. The next is number of workshops, seminar, conferences, including on research methodology, IPR, and entrepreneurship conducted during the last 5 years. Okay, this is a quantitative metric, and the total points that are assigned to this is 5. In this case, you have to produce, okay, year-wise, how many workshops, seminars, conferences you have organized in your institution. Okay, but this is categorically you have to say that it should come only related to these three, that is research methodology, intellectual property rights, and entrepreneurship. Okay, so if it is not related to this, then NAAC will not accept. So therefore, for NAAC only these categories specifically, and also this should be for more than 5 days, because they will not include, okay, those workshop, seminar, conferences which are of less than 5 days. So you have to showcase this, and it should be related to research methodology, intellectual property rights, and entrepreneurship only. Okay, and for supporting documents, what you have to produce is the brochure or any flyer that you have prepared. Brochure should indicate, okay, what will be the main topic or theme that is covered over there, and that should mention this terminology, these words of like related to research, IPR, or entrepreneurship. Then you have to provide the report of these events. Okay, whatever number of workshops, seminar, conferences you have organized, you have to prepare the reports of each event, and report should consist of like the day on which days, okay, this research conference or seminar has taken place, then what are the guests, if any outside guest, resource person you have invited, then you also have to have details in the report about this resource person. Then also about the number of participants, okay, number of participants in these workshop, seminars, and with geotagged photograph. Okay, like those who are applying now, and suppose their assessment period is from 16-17, they may not have geotagged photograph at that time. Okay, because this concept was introduced after 2018-19 only, that there should be geotagged photograph. But for earlier, yes, it is okay, they understand, they will cooperate. But for future references from now onward, you should start taking geotagged photograph of any event, whatever you organize. Okay, so your report consists of 4 or 5 parts. First is the days on which, along with the dates, okay, this seminar, conference, was conducted or organized, the list of resource person, those who were invited, or even if from the institution, then also you can mention here the list of resource person, the list of topics, sub themes which are covered, okay, the list of participants, those who attended this, and lastly the geotagged photograph of the event. So these are very, very important. If you want to score full marks, that means that you have to produce all these documents. Okay, then innovation ecosystem. So it is the term, I'll repeat, that used to describe the large and diverse array of participants and resources that contribute to and are necessary for ongoing innovation in a modern economy. Okay, that is innovation ecosystem. Ecosystem means you have to, there should be a continuous exercise and okay, means which are for ongoing innovation. Like that innovation should not stick to only that particular moment or that particular year, but that should help in future, innovation also. Now, I talked about incubation center because when we talk about ecosystem, innovation ecosystem, then incubation center always helps. And when peer team comes there in their report, they have one head of incubation center. So what is incubation center? Incubation center, is the place, workspace, you can say, not necessary that physical space is there, but it is workspace. Okay, so it can be online, it can be virtual, it can be physical place to work, to understand, to incubate. Then marketing assistance is provided under incubation center, mentoring assistant, because students should be mentored by their mentors for idea generation, for ideation. Okay, there are workshops which are conducted for generating new ideas. So that is known as ideation workshops. Then high speed internet access is required for incubation. Okay, then financial assistance, financial management, they should know. Then connection to higher education resources, comprehensive business training programs, links to higher education resources, comprehensive business training programs, and which help business etiquette also, because business etiquettes are, professional etiquettes are very, very important. So that all should be the function of incubation center. Okay, so incubation center helps entrepreneurs to solve some of the problems commonly associated with running a startup. Because when anybody wants to start, their own startup, then that it's a process, and there are many problems which are associated with the starting of a startup. So incubation center always helps these budding entrepreneurs, okay, to how to start their startups and how financial assistance are given and all. Okay, so that is the part of incubation center. Now, the third key indicator is research, publication, and awards. Okay, third indicator, the first metric is 3.3.1. That is number of research paper published per teacher in a journal notified on UGC care list during the last 5 years. Okay, so this again we have to give data for last 5 years. So number of research paper published per teacher, they want to know what is the average per teacher. And just remember one thing, like if you want to get A grade or A plus, then minimum that average should be like one per teacher, one paper at least in a year, and then only you will be able to get the grade of A plus. Okay, so in this case, year wise you have to give, and they will consider again and again. You can see the NAAC website and you will find these terms scrolling there, that only UGC care listed journals will be counted here, not just the refereed journal, because nowadays that every journal is a refereed journal, but NAAC is not going to consider those all journals, only those who are listed under UGC care. So UGC care, then you will say that other journals, other means like suppose if it is Cooper's Web of Science, okay, SCI journals, IEEE journal, they are all, maximum of them are the part of UGC care. And you can just check, you can find out whether they are there in UGC care list or not. Okay, so total marks that are given is 10. Now in this metric, what all documents you are supposed to provide. you have to give, the paper journal first page, cover page of the journal. Okay, if it is a print journal, then second page, which shows the ISSN number of the journal, okay, or DOI number. Then you also have to give the next page of the index page where the name of the faculty or author is mentioned. Then first page of the article, okay, where everything, all association of the faculty or researcher is mentioned, the name of the researcher is there, and the last page of the journal. So all these things you have to provide. And now I have seen that when DBB clarification, they also ask the screenshot of the UGC care, journal, of the screenshot on the UGC website, whether that exists or that does not exist. Okay, so all these documents you have to provide, because I have seen that earlier when you don't produce all these documents, then they may not consider. Okay, and then they will ask for in the clarification, UGC, DBB clarification, and there you get hardly like 10-12 days to submit the report. So therefore it will become very, very difficult. So when you start planning to prepare for NAAC accreditation, you should start, collecting all this data there only. So I'll repeat what documents that are required in this case. First is the cover page of the journal, with second page where they mention, volume. They also mention the ISSN number. Then the content list, that is index list, where the author name is there. First page of the paper, which mentions the name of the author, association, with which college it is. Okay, so that also they demand that association of the faculty should be with the same institution who is claiming, okay, these points. So that association should also be with the same institution. Okay, and also the screenshot of the UGC site where it shows that yes, it is the part of the UGC care list. Okay, so this all you have to provide. And for grade A, if you want, then average should be at least one paper, one teacher every year. Okay, so this is that is required into 3.3.1. Then next is 3.3.2. In this case, 15 marks. Okay, so this total is 25, which is related to research publications. So in this 3.3.2, they are talking about number of books, chapters in edited volumes, books published, and papers published in national, international conferences, proceedings per teacher during the last 5 years. Okay, so in this case, like other than journals, if teachers have published books or they have written chapter in the edited book, okay, or paper published in the conference proceedings, so per teacher during the last 5 years, so that quantitative metric, again 15 marks. So in this case also for book, if you are talking about, then first page of the book, second page of the book, then okay, last page of the book where there is ISBN number which are showing. And if it is a chapter, then first page of the book, second page of the book, index of the book where the name of that faculty member shows, and the first page of the chapter of the book, okay, which is written by your faculty. So all these documents we have to produce for each and every paper, each and every chapter. Okay, otherwise they are not going to accept. Okay, and in this case, the formula that is there is the total number of books and chapters in edited volume or books published divided by total number of teaching staff, full-time teachers during these last 5 years. Okay, and into 100. So that means in this case also they are going to find out the average every year. Okay, and accordingly they will get the points. So 15 marks assigned to it and 10 marks assigned to the journal publication. So there are total 25 marks out of this 110. Okay, so as I told you, like e-copies of cover page, index page, papers published should contain unique ISBN number. Okay, so that all will be counted here and all you have to produce. Then 3.4, that is the fourth okay, key indicator. that is related to extension activities. And this is, both metric here are qualitative. So first in this case is extension activities are carried out in the neighborhood community. Okay, sensitizing student to social issues for their holistic development and impact thereof during the last 5 years. So this qualitative metric is of 10 marks. So here, first of all, you are supposed to provide, 500 words write up about like what type of extension activities are carried out by your student. So in neighborhood community, that means this is basically to sensitize the students for community service. Okay, so all type of like CSR activities are the part of this. So what the students are doing for creating awareness in the society or for the benefit of the society. Okay, so the purpose here is that we have to think about the overall development and overall growth of the students. We cannot just restrict them only about the bookish knowledge about only classroom teaching. So here the purpose of any accreditation authority, is to find out or to have proper, overall personality development of the students, and we should teach them, we have to sensitize them about the society, about the social issues. Okay, so whichever activities they have undertaken for sensitizing, social issues or to the community, that all will be the part of this. And then you also have to give the impact of these activities conducted by the students. Okay, impact on the society, impact on the students, impact on the institution. So that will be covered here. So in this case, what type of supporting documents you can prepare? Okay, first you have to list down all the extension activities, okay, undertaken by the students. Then you have to write down the number of participants, how many students participated in this, what was the nature of activity that was carried out, and who were the beneficial group of this activity. Beneficial group in the means that in the society, like to whom this sensitized program were shared, or who were the beneficial class of these extension activities. And as an proof, documentary evidence for each and every activity, year wise, whichever activities you have conducted, you have to produce the proper report of it. And report again will be consisting of the title of the activity, okay, place where these activities are conducted, whether within the institute, outside the institution. Okay, then how many students participated in this, what was the nature of activities, who were the beneficial class, and along with the impact of these activities. Then lastly, the photographs, geotagged photograph of these activities, because photographs is the proof that yes, these activities were organized. Okay, so therefore every activity should consist of 4 to 5 photographs, and photographs also with caption. Okay, caption may you have to give the title of the event and date of the event. So without caption, it will be difficult, to identify like which photograph for which event. So therefore, that should always carry the caption. So 10 marks are associated to this, activity, that is extension activities. Then next in this fourth key indicator only, that is 3.4.2, awards and recognition received for extension activities from government and government recognized bodies. Okay, so awards and recognition. Sometimes, like CSR activities you conduct and you get recognition. The institution get recognition, institution get awards. Okay, maybe from the government or NGO or any government, but it should be government recognized bodies. It should not be any private agency, giving award. So that will not be counted, that will not be considered by NAAC. So you have to provide the details about what type of award, who is the authority who have, given this award to you, date of the award, certificate of the award, letter of the communication from with the award giving agency, like how they have communicated you about that you have received or you have you have been given this award. So all this communication activities, the screenshots of that communication, the photograph of the award, certificate, e-copy of the certificate, okay, and with all the other details we have to produce to NAAC. If you want full score, then yes, this has to be, properly mentioned. All details should be mentioned there and all proof we have to give. And this extension activities, like number of extension and outreach programs conducted by the institution. Next, 3.4.3. Again, this is quantitative metrics and the total point are 20 there. So extension activities, outreach programs conducted by the institution through NSS, NCC, Red Cross, etc., including the programs such as, Swachh Bharat, AIDS awareness, gender issues, etc., organized in collaboration with industry, community, and NGO during the last 5 years. And it's a quantitative metric which consists of 20 marks. So this is very, very important. As I told you in my earlier session also, the metric which are heavily weighted, you have to give more attention to that, because like suppose this is for 20 marks and you are given 3 out of 0 to 4 point Likert scale. That means you will get only 3 into 20, that is 60 marks. So, and if you get 4, then it will be 80. So that means directly you will be losing 20 if you are given 3 here. So therefore, you should work hard on this. You should organize more and more activities. But in this case, the only thing that you have to be very careful that these are the activities which are organized in collaboration with industry, community, or NGO, or NSS, NCC, Red Cross, etc. Okay, and in this normally government schemes are there, like Swachh Bharat scheme. So Swachh Bharat means that what activities you have done under this scheme, okay, along with any NGO or along with any industry or any community center. So therefore, you have to do these collaborative activities with these organizations and under these schemes like AIDS awareness schemes, okay, gender issues. So gender champion club should be there. Similarly, there are many issues like each one teach one, okay, to stop dowry, what activities you have done for domestic violence, okay, then any activities related to environment through NSS, okay. So all this should come here, like any activity related to like ban of plastic use in the institution, okay. So all these activities will be the part of extension activities. And in this, what you have to list down is the number of activities year wise are organized, then with whom collaboration you have organized, then you have to produce the letter of the collaboration that you have done, okay. Then you have to prepare the report of each and every activity, detailed report with the detail of the activities, who are the beneficiary, about, and also the list of students participated in these activities, okay. So all this are to be produced to NAAC. Now, if we talk about like there is always a question like what is the difference between extension and outreach activities. So basically there is a very hairline difference between the two. Extension activities, the aspect of education which emphasize neighborhood services. So when we talk about neighborhood services, then it is extension activities. But outreach activities is the practice of conducting local public awareness activities through targeted community interaction. Like suppose if there is a law college, then we have legal aid clinic. Okay, legal aid clinic is, you can say, it's outreach activities because we create awareness among the people, we help them, okay, in case of any legal issues. So all that will come under outreach programs also. So there is a very hairline difference between these two, extension activities and outreach programs. And it is done through NCC, NSS, with the help under this associations. Like for example, water conservation, okay, it's a very, very important issue nowadays. So awareness program can be done, okay, ki pani को कैसे हमें बचाना है, how we should conserve water, because these are all scarce resources. Okay, then health and hygiene, again, very important. Then village adoption. There are government schemes, you know, for Swachh Bharat also, that we can adopt a village and you can spread awareness in that village, okay, about the cleanliness and all. We can also have cleanliness drive there. Then socio-political conciseness, environment conservation awareness. So all these type of extension and outreach activities can be organized and can be documented under this head. So the main format for this, which NAAC has given, is the title of the activity, organizing unit, agency, or collaborating agency. Okay, like you can do through NCC, NSS, any NGO. If it is there, you can give the name of that NGO, like with whom you have done it. The number of teachers coordinated in such activities and number of students participated in such activities. So this is the format that is given by NAAC, and you have to furnish all this data. Then what all, as I told you, what we have to give is the detailed report signed by the in charge and the principal. Then photograph with the caption and date. But now not only just simple photograph, but geotagged photograph. Number of participants and newspaper clippings if there is any. Okay, because if any press release you have produced, then you can produce the newspaper clippings of that event if it is there. Okay, so every document, everything has to be signed and attested by the principal. Then awards and recognition for extension activity. Like for example, suppose if you have got best NSS unit award, best NCC unit award, or Vanshri Puruskar. Okay, Vanshri Puruskar means for saving the environment. Okay, Swachh Bharat, if any recognition you have got under Swachh Bharat, or any award by NGO. So award to the institution and not to the individual. That is very, very important. And for extension activities only. Like if any individual is getting this award, then that will not be considered here. So it should go to the institution. It should go to the college. So awards local in nature, such as urban local bodies, panchayat, etc., are to be avoided, because this may not be considered. So as I said, its association or agency should be government recognized. Then only you will be getting points there. If it is from the local body, then this will not be considered. Okay, then last key indicator here is the collaboration. Collaboration. So in this case, we talk about the MOUs 3.5.1. It says number of MOUs collaborating linkage for faculty exchange, student exchange, internship, field trip, on the job training, research, and other academic activities during the last 5 years. So, and this is for 20 marks. So you have to mention here like how many MOUs are signed and how many collaborative activities are undertaken under these MOUs. Okay, so MOUs and collaborations, these two things we have to mention here. But when we talk about MOU, so it should be functional MOU. Functional means there should be some activities conducted under that MOU. Otherwise, if there are no activities, then it will not be a functional MOU and it will not be considered. So at least 1 or 2 activities should be there if you want to claim the points there. And again, it is a very, very heavily weighted metric. Then collaborations, also you have to have the letter of collaboration with whom you are doing, and that collaboration letter should be on the name of the institution and not on the name of any individual. Okay, and under this, what collaborative activities you can do, like you can go with the faculty exchange program, students exchange program, internship, etc. Then field trip, on the job training, any research activities. Okay, like you can collaborate with any agency and you can conduct a FDP, okay, for research or any academic activity. But that letter should show that yes, it's a collaborative efforts. That collaboration word, that linkage word should be there. Okay, so what is linkage? Linkage or collaboration means the formal agreement between two or more institutions, organizations, which may not have legal binding. Okay, like if it is MOU, then it is different. But if you are doing collaborative activity, okay, then there's no legal bounding. There may not be any finances involved. Okay, so it can be just a simple understanding that yes, in collaboration with this agency, we are organizing this particular event. So what actually are required is the resource sharing, okay, or internship. They can provide internship under this collaborative activity, or suppose they are doing on the job training, or they are giving projects or project work to your students or to the teachers, or just sharing the research facilities. Okay, so any of this can come under linkage or under collaborative activity. Now collaboration, the situation of two or more people working together to create or achieve the same thing, that means for mutual benefit. Okay, so collaboration can be for support or to share resources, or suppose exchange, like student exchange, faculty exchange. So basically it's the teamwork that you are collaborating with some agency and you are doing the work. Okay, so therefore, like in criterion 5, basically there are two things. One is extension activities, namely, and the other part is related to research. So in this case, you have to produce all the data with all the supporting document, because if you do not have any supporting document, it's better not to include that. Because in case if NAAC ask, what they do, in DVB, they just pick up few points, and they can ask, like suppose they pick up 4 faculty members names there about research paper, and they just ask you to produce all the details for them. And if you do not have all those details, then your points will be zero in that particular metric. Okay, and whatever we submit to SSR, they are all validated on the basis of AQAR, which you have submitted, or ASHE report, which you have done, okay, or NIRF or InflibNet. So it's a various other, portals from where they cross check what we have done. And presentation of data is most important thing. Okay, because how you present the data, how you give the proof of each and everything is very, very important. So not just giving information, but how you give information, that is very important there. So therefore, we have to be very, very careful about how we produce our data. So therefore, that you have to be very, very particular about collecting data, collecting proof, how you present those proof. Everything matters there. So not just information. Sometimes, we have a lot of work, we have done a lot of things, but we do not have documentary evidence for it. So if you do not have documentary evidence, then you will not be given points there. Okay, so documentary evidence for each and everything, whatever we say, whatever we write, for everything we should have all supporting document. Okay, because see, NAAC, the purpose of doing this all checking is not to harass people, but just to validate, yes, what you are saying is correct. Okay, because many a times, people, they just give information and finally it is found that yes, this does not exist. Then also we have to be very careful about clone journals. We have to be very careful about predatory journals. Okay, and we should avoid all those details. Okay, furnishing all these details. So that is all about criterion 3 from my side. There are lot many things to speak and lot many things to discuss, but since because of the paucity of time, okay, I just have briefed you about what criteria 3 is all about. So we have 10-15 minutes more. So if there is anything you have in your mind, any question, then I'll be happy to take your questions now.
The session is open for discussion now. You can post your queries in the chat box, or you can unmute and directly interact with the resource person. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, no questions?
Excuse me,
Yes,
madam.
yes, sir.
Yeah, in 3.2.2, when we talk about the number of workshops and seminars or conferences,
Yes, sir.
we have those three items like research methodology, intellectual property rights, and entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir.
Do we include the other workshops and seminars?
No, sir. In this case, they are very, very particular. And they just want three heads only, either IPR or research or entrepreneurship. But what you can do, like research is a very wide area, okay? Very wide topic. So other things you can directly or indirectly, you can relate to the research. But if it is not at all related to research, then it will not come here, sir. Like conference seminars, what we do, conferences we do, that is related to research. Okay, so you can relate that with research and you can add there. But otherwise, if this terminology is not there, that is entrepreneurship, IPR, or research, then they will not include here. Directly, they will deduct. Like suppose, for example, if you submit your report and you say that you have conducted 200, programs in span of 5 years, they will cross check with your data, whatever supporting documents you have given, and they may say that no, sir, only we will accept only 50, not 200, because rest 150 does not fall under this category. Okay, so they have specifically mentioned the category. So they will not accept. And this minute study they do, and through DBB, they check everything minutely. Because here their purpose is to promote research. Because sometimes what we have seen, sir, I'm a peer team, member, and I visited many institutions. What sometimes people do, they just include all the, extension lectures and all guest lectures which they have conducted at your institution in this. But all guest lectures are not related to IPR, research, or entrepreneurship. Sometimes we organize guest lectures, related to just subjects, okay, which subjects we are teaching them. So that will not be included, and they will straight away minus those numbers, and they will just take up only which are related to this.
Ma'am, for
Uh,
paper
good,
publication,
good,
statistics is it?
good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
In our IoT Academy's certificate applicable or not in NAAC?
Which one, sir?
Our this program, any program IoT Academy means this academy is certificate applicable or not in NAAC process?
It will be applicable, sir. It will be applicable because it is a 7 days FDP. So
Yes, sir.
any FDP which is more than 5 days, the duration should be more than 5 days. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
That will
Thank
be
you, ma'am.
it will be counted. If it is less than 5 days, then it will not be counted.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Good afternoon, madam.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Ma'am, I have a small doubt. Because you have mentioned the award is given for extension activities for the institution.
Yes, sir.
So, for example, so I am the NSS in charge for our university. But so I got the award for best blood donation camp organization award on behalf of the institution.
On behalf of the institution, no? So
Yes.
then it will be counted. Because on behalf of you are representing the institution there.
Okay.
Okay, so then it will be counted. But sir, suppose if I have done some work as an extension activity, as an individual, and they are giving me that award, even if I'm the part of that institution, that will not be counted. But if it is NSS, that means NSS means, yes, you are representing the institution there.
Ma'am, actually in the certificate they have given only my name and college name is there.
College name is there. Then it will be counted, sir, because NSS unit is given to the college, not to the individual.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so then it will be counted, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, one more doubt, ma'am. Actually,
Yes,
so in our universities there are some of the PhD scholars. So they are okay. So they are doing actually they are doing excellent work for they are getting award for part-time research scholars also. Okay, whether we can include that parameters in our university.
Sir, this question, everybody is facing this problem. Okay, like those who are research scholars, even if they are publishing their papers. Now, if only they are mentioning about that university where they are doing research, from where they are doing PhD, and if your college name is not mentioned there, then it will not be counted.
No, ma'am. Actually, they are getting award for award, but the name is not in there. Our institution name not.
No, then it will not be counted, sir. It will not be counted. If institution name is not, because see, the reason for this is whether it is a research paper or award. What is the reason why they are not including? Because only one person, one organization can claim this. Sir, either you can claim or that university from where they are doing research, they can claim.
But in
So
that
same-
award, there is no institution name is given.
But then it will be counted as an individual award. Then it will not be coming anywhere. Neither they can take advantage or not this college can take advantage.
Okay,
Because
okay.
they have mentioned it very clearly that individual award or recognition will not be counted.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, there is a question posted in the chat box, ma'am. Can I read?
Yes, ma'am, please.
For paper publication, statistics is a must, is it? And how is an award different from a certificate?
Sir, award and certificate is different. Okay. Award and certificate, simple difference is award means some recognition. Certificate, so everybody who participate, they will get certificate. Like suppose if you are participating in the conference, okay, everybody, like suppose there are 100 teachers, those who are presenting paper in the conference. So everybody will get certificate, participation certificate, that is certificate. But suppose if there is a best presenter award, okay, best paper award, so that will be award. Suppose if you are given as a best paper or you are a best presenter, then it is reward, okay, award. But only certificate is not award. But award is a certificate, certificate may not be award. Okay, you understood the difference now. Like suppose if you are organizing any activity, everybody who participate in the activity, they will get certificate. But if that certificate shows that yes, you are the winner, you got the first position or you got the second position or third position, then it will become award. Otherwise, it is just a certificate. So here they are not talking about certificate, but for recognition, if for the institution, even the recognition certificate, if it is given, then also it will be counted. Like suppose, for example, if any college do lot of extension activity with some NGO, and NGO gives the recognition that yes, this particular college XYZ has done good job, okay, in sensitizing people, or they have organized many extension activities, then it will be counted there, even if it is a certificate, because it is a recognition certificate that is given to the college. Okay, so then it will be considered as award in the just recognition that is given to the college. So then it will be counted. Okay, I hope I have. Yeah, paper. Yes, ma'am.
For paper publication, statistics is a must, is it?
For paper publication, statistics is a must. No, not necessary that statistics is a must. Not necessary, it is must, but it can be a review paper, it can be a conceptual paper, but they will just say where it is published. Okay, so they are saying that it should be under UGC care list and any other will not be counted. Okay, so just simple publication will not be counted. Yeah, any more?
Chat box also. I'll read it, ma'am.
Because sometimes, like a paper may involve statistics, but it's not good paper. And UGC care journals, they are not accepting it. So they will not be counted there. Okay, so it hardly matters what type of paper it is. It can be empirical paper, it can be theoretical paper, it can be review paper. But the only thing is that it should be in the UGC care list journal, wherever you publish. Yeah, any other question? See, like how many, okay, if you don't have question, I just want to ask you, there are around 35 participants, which I can see. How many of you are involved in NAAC activity at your college? Can you just raise hand and just, I just want to know how many of you are involved in the process of NAAC? So all of you, most of you. Yes. Okay, so Dr. Shamshad Begum, I just want to know, like,
Yes, ma'am.
you are working QAC coordinator or you are just the member of the NAAC team there?
I'm an assistant professor here, madam, in Maulana Azhar National Urdu
Yeah.
University. For NAAC,
Okay.
every year we have the NAAC assessment has to be conducted. So continuously we have to do something or other, some publication work or contribution
So
or writing a book.
your institution is NAAC accredited or going for the first time?
No, it's not NAAC accredited, ma'am. It is working since 1998. It is A graded A by NAAC.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. And
so,
after that?
yeah. So every year there will be some audit and
It's a
NAAC accreditation
continuous,
goes on.
yes.
So all the faculty have to keep updating continuously.
Yes, and it
ma'am.
is a
It's a
continuous
university.
process. It is
It's
a
a university, ma'am.
It's a university,
It's
so
a
a lot of
continuous
work.
process.
And in
Yes, ma'am.
university, the weightage for research is 250. So here for colleges, it is
Okay.
110. So that means you have to have more research, more extension activities, because the expectation from college regarding research, where there is UG, PG college, is not much. Okay, but expectation
Okay,
from
ma'am.
university is very much high about research. Okay, and you should start
Okay.
collecting proper documents since beginning, because otherwise at the end, it becomes very, very difficult to
Okay, yeah, yes,
collect all.
ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, Dr. Raman, how
Yes,
is
ma'am.
about
Thank you.
your institution? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Raman, Ganpati Raman. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Any question? Any more question?
Any other questions? You can post in the chat box also. I'll read it to ma'am.
Madam, can I ask one more question?
Yes, sir, please.
When we are talking about the seminars and conferences, you said a program should be at least for 5 days. But normally a conference we conduct it for 2 or 3 days maximum.
See, normally what happens, FDP, they talk about 5 days. But workshop seminars, yes, it is for 3 days or 2 days also. In SOP, if you see SOP, they have not mentioned that it should be for 5 days. Okay, but I have seen various DVV, okay, where they have rejected many only because if it is less than 5 days. Okay, so it is better when you organize any activity, make it for 5 days, or what you can do is, like suppose if conference is for 2 days, you can make 2 days pre-conference preparation or pre-conference session you can show, but try to show it for 5 days. It is always better because see, sometimes what happens is, even if we produce data, then there is nobody like to whom you can discuss and you can convey there. You can just write to them. They may accept, may not accept. Okay, so it's better that you please make it for 5 days.
Okay.
Usko post conference session, you can just show 2 days pre-conference and 2 days conference. Like that, when you prepare the report, you can prepare like that and you can show it for 5 days.
But again, when you talk about pre-conference and post thing, the program will be only for 2 days, because when you talk about number of participants and all, we'll have it only for
Participants are not there, sir, but suppose there is a team, okay, and you are just showing any session for them or pre-conference sessions there, then it will have, because sometimes what happens is you are doing your genuine work, okay, but just to make it proper, we can just, add this pre-conference and post-conference session. But otherwise they accept, but in few DVV I have seen that they have accepted only those who are for 5 days. Because I am doing lot of research only in like how they prepare DVV, how they give results of DVV. So that is why I'm just telling you my own experience for this. Yeah, any more question?
They have requested you to say how to write a good publication.
So ma'am has requested me.
Next session.
Dr. Begum has requested. So we will definitely do it some other time. Okay, because this again takes time to discuss on like how to write good research paper. Madam, we will organize, or you organize at your university, then I'll come as a resource person there. That is what we can do.
Any more questions? I think there are no more questions now. Shall we wind up now?
Yeah, ma'am, please.
On behalf of IoT Academy, I thank Dr. Anuradha Jain for the very informative, detailed and interactive session, ma'am. We thank you once again for the very nice and beneficial presentation. Your tips and criteria 3 will be very fruitful, ma'am. And thank you very much, ma'am. And I thank all the participants for joining the session today.
Thank you.
very much, ma'am.
So Dr. Begum has asked me, so I'll be happy to come as a resource person, ma'am. So don't worry, you just let me know. Okay, you can take my detail from this IoT Academy, or I am writing my phone number there in this chat box. You can just note down my number. Okay, and please, if there is any doubt, any more, doubts with anybody, those who are attending this session, they can contact me on this number and I'll be happy to discuss in detail with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Kindly submit the feedback form using the link that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all.